It's a very rare thing that I come across an idea that covers all three of my channel themes, psychology, tech and productivity, but hey, I found something. I think you'll like this one. Hi folks, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be looking at a goal management app that brings together a variety of influences from the worlds of executive coaching and psychology. This is going to be a deep dive into Timestripe, and it's one of the coolest apps I've seen in this space for a long time. In this video we're going to be taking a look at what Timestripe is. I'll give you a full tour of all the features and how it all works, as well as some early previews as to where it's all heading. Let's get into it. So Timestripe is an app that's designed to help you reach your goals faster by focusing in on three key areas: setting goals, managing time, and building knowledge. Now, the developers believe that productivity exists between these three spaces, and I'm inclined to agree. And from what I've seen of this app so far, I can see that it offers a very different take on what you'll generally find in your productivity app of the week. And it does this by connecting daily goals to big tasks in a really elegant and accessible way. So let's dive in and take a look at what I'm talking about. So first up, we have the horizons view, and this is really kind of what drew me to this app. So from Run View, you can see from a helicopter perspective all the daily small stuff and also the big, huge, long-term goals. And the app encourages you to think clearly about all of this by breaking down what the big goals you're working towards are and then chunking them back to monthly and also daily challenges that you need to get done. And if you want to zero in on this from a daily, weekly, monthly, or even an annual view, you can do this really easily by hiding them from view like so. Now, I found that I use this daily view quite a bit as it lends itself really nicely to time blocking and allocating specific time for specific tasks. So we also have the ability to create boards, which uses a Kanban style process that you can customize really easily. Now, as you can see, I've set up a few different boards here for videos, for projects, business stuff, and just some general notes too. Now, if all that sounds like far too much work to set up from scratch, we also have some really nice motivational tools. Now, the first one is a gallery of preset boards that have been created by others that you can easily copy over to your own setup. So for example, if you're new to Kanban, but you're familiar with other productivity methodologies like GTD, this is all kind of wrapped up for you here, and it makes it really easy to get started. So for me, this is one of the things that makes this app quite different from something like Notion, where you start with a blank slate and you have to build everything from scratch. That can be quite overwhelming. With Timestripe, you get everything fully formed and then you can play with it however you want to. So next up, we have climbs. Now, these are pre-designed groups of goals that are designed to fit into your routine and will get added right into your calendar with goals that get pushed out to your horizon view automatically. I'll cover a bit more on climbs a bit later. So next up, we have the calendar view. No boring grids here, just a constant reminder of the big things that we're working towards. And if you're feeling reflective, you can hit this switch and it'll show you all the things you've accomplished instead. So let's take a look at some of the other areas. And before we do, let's give it up for the design team here. I think these are just gorgeous to look at. The whole vibe and look of this app is right up my street. It's clearly been given loads of design attention and has got a really bold, elegant look to it. So here's the overview tab. So this maps out a whole year of our lives and includes some interesting facts about what people your age were accomplishing at this stage in their lives, as well as things that you can achieve, such as setting savings goals or writing projects if you were to start now. I really like this. And then we have the clock view. This is a simple reminder of the ever-passing concept of time with the seconds, minutes, hours, days, months and years right there for you to see passing by. This is pretty sobering stuff, and I think for me, really motivational. And then finally, we have the insights page, which asks a series of questions and adds them to your horizon view for you to check out later on. So this section actually is evolving into something else a bit further down the line, but more on that later on. So that's a bit of an overview into the different areas of the app. Let's have a look at how the whole thing actually works when it comes to capturing goals and then breaking them down into tasks. Now, I wanted to show you how I use this from a content creation point of view, but there are tons of principles here that you can use if you're thinking about this from an entrepreneurial or business planning perspective, or even just thinking about planning out your personal goals and tasks. So if we start over on the boards view, within each of these, once we add an item, we have the ability to add tons more information. So for example, here, you can see one of my goals is to produce a video, but of course there are tons of subtasks that need to happen within that goal. So if I just add some of these in. Now, whilst this looks like a simple to-do element to the app, there's actually loads more going on here. So within this goal, I can add in extra content like files, pictures, as well as set it over to things like specific days and times. So if I set this goal to record some A-roll today, we'll see that it will actually appear in my Horizons view for my daily tasks. So as we can see, I've connected a small subtask into a larger goal, and that permeates across all aspects of the app. Really, really cool. Now in this view, I can also add things like color themes as well. So if I wanted to do let's say my video production goals are purple, and then any writing goals are orange, and then maybe design work could be green, that's easy to sort out. You can also add tasks that let you split goals into categories. So for me, I've got some tags that are time specific, which helps me think about how I'm going to chunk my time down based on my energy levels for the day. So any quick wins could be like 2 to 5 minute jobs versus the really big high energy, high focus tasks that might take an hour or two to get done. Now, likewise, you can add dividers into any section, which can also be color coded if you're not a fan of this sort of clean black and white theme. To keep it on the boards, you can easily create a link to share these with anyone, and those people don't have to have a Timestripe account, so you get a URL to share that will allow them to see whatever you want them to see. So this is great for collaboration or just for being transparent about the stuff you're working towards. Now, you might, for example, have a personal or house admin board that's shared with your partner, and that way you can see the stuff that's going on your Timestripe boards. So let's move on to climbs. Now I mentioned there's a whole gallery of preset goals that you can work with, and let's say I wanted to improve my understanding of design principles. I probably could use some help there. We can try this design history climb, which we can see is a 20-day climb, and if we go ahead and add this in, let's see what happens. Now, as we can see in my Horizons view, I've got a different period of time to check out every day for the next 20 days. And each of those is complete with videos and information to help boost my knowledge. Pretty cool, eh? Now you can also create your own climbs. So let's say you wanted to develop a set of goals to allow someone new to join a team. So you could easily onboard them by using this feature to give them tasks to complete, videos to watch, and generally things to review before they even join the company, and then over the first few weeks in their job. So I think this is another feature that just makes this app quite different and really, really exciting. So one final thing before we look at what's next for Timestripe. Now the calendar view is really great, and in fact you can connect your Google or iCloud calendars so that your tasks and goals in your Timestripe account pull through to allow you to show your tactical events alongside your strategic goals. So one of the initial questions I had was whether this would work the other way around, so that you could view your calendar events inside the Timestripe app, and I'm pleased to report that this is on the immediate roadmap alongside a bunch of other features. So that brings us very nicely onto what's coming next. Now recently I was able to share a call with Sergey, who's one of the co-founders of Timestripe, and he kindly gave me a sneak peek of some of the features that are on their development roadmap. So among other things, Sergey showed me some of the ways that the insight section is evolving, with the statistics showing streaks and then allowing you to see over time which days you manage to complete more tasks than others. So again, connecting those themes of time and knowledge together. So another one of the ideas they're working on is developing the horizons and board views from a team collaboration perspective, so that, for example, a team member could see at a glance how their individual tasks are contributing to the team goals and the company goals as a whole. So everything in my work as a leadership consultant has taught me that high-performing, motivated teams tend to happen when people can see how their individual work is contributing to a wider purpose and wider goals, and this particular feature makes that really easy to achieve. So you're essentially connecting productivity with purpose, and I think that's a really compelling idea. If you're looking to try this out for yourself, there is a free basic version that allows you to work with a limited number of goals and boards, and you can get started for free over at timestripe.com just by answering a few simple questions, and that will allow you to build a set of initial goals and get your account set up and running. If you like this, you can upgrade to a pro account, which gives you unlimited boards, goals, lists and climbs, and it costs about $8 if you pay annually, although quarterly and monthly payment options are available. The kind people at Timestripe have given me a 20% discount code to share that applies to any pro subscription. If you want to take that up, just follow the link in the description below and the discount will be automatically applied. Folks, if you've got any questions at all about this one, just let me know down in the comments. Now, if this video has helped you out in any way at all, do be kind and leave a like before you leave. And if you want to see any more like this, maybe even a cheeky subscribe. I'll see you next time.